We're super excited this morning because we're going to go out sailing on a monohull. We met some Aussies this week that just moved here from Australia, just bought a boat. They're really new to sailing and they're going to take us out sailing on their monohull. So we're excited. It's been a long time since we sailed on a monohull.
I don't know if we've ever sailed on a monohull.
We completely learnt on Catamaran, so this might be interesting. So the boat used to be owned by some Germans. They only just bought it off them, I think it was 2 weeks ago. And I think they've gone out for a couple of sails, but it's going to be fun to see how we go today. The weather has gone very, very rainy though. So we're just coming into the fuel dock here. We're going to get some water for them as well. Luckily the rain just stopped. Yeah, awesome. And it was going to be a really tight squeeze, but this big catamaran here just moved, so now we've got plenty of room.
You can always tell if it goes too parallel right here. Yeah. That's nice. Any chance you could make a small exception? Like that? They're very new.
So Martinique's really easy. There's lots of places you can get water, fuel, gas, take rubbish in, heaps of boat shops. So yeah, really good place to start cruising, I reckon.
You did great.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for being on our boat today.
And that was a dinghy with an umbrella on it because it started to rain again.
So we're at the dock, it's Saturday, and they don't allow you to fill up with water between like Friday and Saturday at certain times. And we're right in that time, but luckily enough, it's a terrible day out, so they're not busy. So the dock guy was just like, look, just so you know for next time, but he was super polite, and we got to fill up with water, which is great because they were out of water. Okay, ready to go?
Hey mate, can you get a funnel? Thank you. Okay, have that nice and loose now.
See? Easy as pie. It's not even raining. It never was.
Side. Okay, so loosen. Alright.
All of a sudden far away.
Oh well, I'm saying sunny day.
And by the time you get back around, you're way out here in the park,
It
right?
must be dry.
So
Yeah.
that's good. So that's a perfect example of when you first started letting it go, right? It wasn't being pulled over yet. You're okay. We're having tons of fun out here. Are you sure you don't want to come out? A little bit. Recently, I never did go. God, that's awesome.
This is actually really fun. So I think the main difference has been on a monohull is the obviously like peeling over to one side, and it's really fun. You really feel the wind and the waves, and just yeah, you kind of feel what you're doing more than in the catamaran. So I've really enjoyed today. Just got the head sail out at the moment because there's a lot of wind. There's like 20, I think over 20 knots of wind, and we're all new to the boat, so getting used to it. But yeah, this feeling is crazy. Fun. So we thought we were having a race with that monohull, but we've just realised it's got its engine on, so they're cheating. So I think we're doing pretty well actually.
All right, you ready?
Hold on. Yeah.
Okay, then.
So I'm going to just let this go now.
So you can take it out of that bit, yep.
There you go. So when the wind picks up out of nowhere, right, you could just hunker down here and see now it's starting to rain. But you're smart. You're sitting up there.
Rain's come back just on our way home.
Fish punch too.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on fish punch.
And just as we head in, the sun comes back out. What a great day.
That was a super fun sail. I think it was their third or fourth time taking the boat out, so it was good. They hit a new boat speed record of 8.5 knots with only like a handkerchief of jib out. So that was good. The winds got up a little bit higher than we thought they were going to, but everybody did well. And now we're just gonna eat a little bit of food and then head back to Supernova.
Yeah, it was great fun. I loved it. It's fun doing something different. We're so used to Supernova and catamarans, but healing was really fun. There was a lot of wind, so that always makes it a bit sporty, but yeah, everyone had a great time. We're off to the St. Anne Carnival now. We saw it in Port de France, so we're going to compare how this one is. Pretty excited because that one was lots of fun.
Need to go on this side of the boat.
This is crazy. This is the busiest we've ever seen a dinghy dock.
It's like both sides of the dinghy dock are like 2 or 3 dinghies deep. Absolutely bananas. Some of these aren't even dinghies, they're like big power boats. It's nuts. I think Yvette should buy that. What do you think?
Yeah, I couldn't get around it.
It's crazy, there's so many people.
We found our own little dugout section, so we've got a great view, and they're just arriving.
It's crazy. We're like right in it, There's like a staging area right in front of us, and then it like narrows, so we have like the best possible spot. Alright, we've left our little cubby hole and we're joining the parade because we're trying to make our way to find some food.
I've been looking for these acras for a while now. They're made out of cod, and I had them in, I think, St. Lucia, and they were really yummy.
Nobody can hear anything right now. It's crazy.
We're watching the sunset. The parade's still going on behind us, and it's crazy. It was absolute mayhem getting food. Everyone was dancing. There's tickets floating around. It was crazy, but we got some. This is a bucket, and I love them. And this is a bag of acras. They're fish, kind of like fish cakes, deep fried, and they're super yummy. Cheers.
Cheers! I have no idea how we're going to get the dinghy out of there.
Party's still raging on. It's absolutely crazy. We're going to have an amazing night here. The party last night was absolutely crazy. We had so much fun, and it was really cool to see another different Carnival, even though it was on the same island. So yeah, it's pretty awesome that they do this in all different towns and all over the Caribbean. So hopefully we'll get to see it again on some other islands. But today I think we're going to have a bit of a chill day. The wind is absolutely funneling through this Anchorage, and it actually just started raining, and we were about to get in the dinghy, so maybe we'll wait a few minutes, but we're going to go into town, get a little bit of food, get some shopping done, and then maybe come back and do a boat job or two.
I'm not a fan of the last part of that.
Nor am I, but we got to kind of keep plugging away at those.
And just like that, the wind has died.
Yeah, and the rain has stopped.
This Anchorage is nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's been absolutely just like rain, wind, sun, and then repeat 50 times a day. Oh, well, we may as well go then.
Yeah, let's get in. Oh,
What?
it finally broke free.
Where was it?
It was anchored over there. So that boat's been anchored out in a different spot, and it looks like it finally broke free. I don't know if anyone's looking after it. It doesn't really look like anyone's looking after it, but it we were thinking if it was like, because it was just moored on or anchored by like rope, and so I guess the rope finally broke in some of the big winds we've been having in the past couple days, and so I guess someone grabbed it and tied it into the mooring ball here. Or it's not even a mooring ball. This is
Like a marker.
No boats are allowed to anchor on this side of the ball, and they just tied it to that. It's probably a cruiser or something that just didn't want to see the boat go careening down the anchorage, because there's hundreds of boats here, and it could have just hit any one of them. That's a shame.
So you can see all these boats that are just downwind from that boat that's been tied up. And
Hold on. There it is right there. And that's 180 degrees.
Yeah, there's many, many boats that would have hit if it had kind of kept on going down and it was just anchored further up that way.
That's one of those things that you could kind of like see coming almost.
Yeah.
Like,
there's not many like derelict, for want of a better word, boats in this anchorage. Even in this whole harbour, really, it's really lots of just cruisers, I think, and really well looked after and loved boats. Oh, we've parked. Looks like everything's quite closed, even though it's a weekday, but I can understand after last night's shenanigans.
okay, hear me out here. I think we should get those.
No. We're trying to be healthy for a little while. Although the good thing was that the bakery across the road wasn't open today, and we definitely would have gone there and got some chocolate eclairs because we can't help ourselves.
I would not have gone to that bakery today. I would have already gone every other day this week and had enough supplies to last me through today. Maybe a couple of fresh things today. This store has everything. They even have WD-40. Look, they have like these cans of WD-40 with the little straw that you always lose. And then they have this fancy can of WD-40, which I've never seen before. And it has like a regular spray, but then you can like flick it up and the straw is attached to it so you don't lose the straw. That's genius.
We got some essentials, basically some cat litter, that's the main thing, everything to Coco, and a little bit of stuff for us. And this is the same square we were sitting at last night and partying. It was going crazy, and I can't believe that this is the same square, because it's just nice and quiet and peaceful now. And the party yesterday was just mayhem, went well into the night. It was, yeah, a lot of fun. These people here of Martinique absolutely know how to party and put on a show all over the place. So it's great.
And there's only one tent still up. It's like back there kind of thing. Everything else is clean. There's no garbage, anything. Like it's crazy. You couldn't even believe that this is the same place. And then it has like the same killer view. And then you can sit here and relax, eat something. You can watch your dinghy right there, which I can't stress enough how nice it is to be able to sit in a nice place that's quiet. If you have to be in like a little town, if you're not in the middle of nowhere, and be able to enjoy it, but also be able to keep an eye on your dinghy, because like all up and down the Caribbean, there's been a ton of dinghy thefts. I haven't actually heard of any here, I don't think, but it's just been crazy over the past like couple weeks. So being able to like keep an eye on your dinghy is like absolutely huge. So you get one treat. What's the one treat?
Coca-Cola. Product placement.
She says sheepishly, no sponsor.
I wish Coca-Cola would sponsor us.
Anyway, we're going to sit here, enjoy our Coca-Cola, and then we're going to get back to the boat and maybe smash out a boat job or two.
Random Caribbean fact that I've noticed, the lids on all the bottles, not just Coke, but all the different fruit ones and fizzy drinks and everything, they don't come off. So it kind of annoyed me initially because it like hits your mouth a little bit. But at least you never lose them, and I guess it's maybe a rule so that no one litters them, because all the different brands do it. So
look at that.
Random.
It's crazy.
It's the little things that make life fun when you're traveling around. A little bit cute.
Getting fancy with the filming.
You can see this dinghy dock here at low tide. Dinghies can go under it really, really easily. Especially more so I think on the other side, just because the way the kind of water is going in this area.
Yeah, like the wind and the current and everything.
Yeah, so most dinghies tend to go on this side, but sometimes it's really, really full, and so dinghies are going on the other side. Some try to use anchors, but it can be really quite difficult, and we've seen a number of boats get stuck under, and then while they're inshore, the tide has come up, and so their dinghy's underneath, and they can't even pull it out because the motor is like caught under, so they have to actually just wait until low tide again so they can get it out. So usually they get a lift back to their boat and come back in quite a few hours later.
And sometimes it's not even like your dinghy's under there and the tide goes up and then it just gets mashed, and the motor's all busted up. Sometimes the dinghy's popped and everything. So it's something you really have to be cautious of, especially because the tides aren't massive in the Caribbean. I think a lot of people get kind of complacent, and dinghies can get under docks really easy, and don't think that they would design the dock so the dinghy can't fit under it, because that has not been our experience so far. So,
and they probably quite easily could have just put an extra layer of wood lower down, and that would have prevented this. All these cruiser after cruiser having these problems, but they haven't, so you just have to be wary. We're just going to have a really slow putts back to the boat through the Anchorage, have a look at some of the boats, just have a chat, because it's a really, really nice day. But no matter what, we're doing their bilge pump when we get back. We're not leaving it any longer.
okay, as long as it can be a really slow putt back.
Okay.
Deal.
Procrastinating master. So we're back at the boat, and this catamaran's just anchored right in front of us and not dragged back, but like anchored back. And they're really close, directly above our anchor chain and anchor.
Yeah, they're maybe like 10 meters or less, like 30 feet in front of us, maybe a bit less. And
we know we're really dug in because we've been here for a while and we've checked our anchor, but if they're not fully dug in and then the wind picks up and they just drag a little bit, which we've seen a lot of boats around here do, and we possibly even did right at the beginning, but now we're really dug in, and if they drag back a little bit, they'll be right on top of us.
And we should really probably go say something, but I think we're both a bit chicken and hope they know what they're doing. But then they also have like 8 fenders out on one side and like 6 fenders out on the other.
Which doesn't give the most confidence.
No.
I'm kind of hoping they're just like picking something up here or something and then they're going to leave.
The frustrating part is on either side of us, there's like a giant space and there's tons and tons. There's no need for them to be where they are. And
yeah, there's a huge big gap on either side of us. So
yeah,
I think we will just give them a little bit of time, and we're going to go look at the bilge pump, or you can, and I can keep an eye on them, and then
I'm not going to sleep tonight if they stay there.
Yeah, if they haven't moved in a little bit, we'll go out the front and just
stand there awkwardly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the bilge done.
Yeah.
Are you like coming down here?
Oh, am I?
You can move that back. Just watch. Don't scrape it.
What back? This?
No. The thing that's in your way.
I don't need to.
Okay, but you want to like crouch down.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Do you want to be in it?
Yeah, kind of.
I think we should pull this off and just let it stop like that. I can try and hold it.
That's fine.
Are you going to want me going down, or?
That's fine. You might remember this from last week's video when I was going to fix it that night, but I didn't, so boo on me. So you can see that like we've cleaned it up and everything, and it's hooked up right now, and it doesn't run. But it does a little bit, but not enough. So the one thing we're going to do is we're going to check power. So to do that, I got to kind of cut the cables because it's all watertight and everything. So I'm going to cut these cables and check to make sure it's getting enough volts. And if it is, then I just got to replace this unit itself. I guess it's straightforward. I don't know why I've put this off for so long, but
I think we thought when we're hoping we could fix it, because
yeah, I was, and then I did a bunch of research on it, but then it's like, do you really trust it? And you don't, so you might as well just replace it. And the replacement one is already in there, and we've had that tube going across our floor for however long, and it's just silly.
This tube.
So yeah.
So yeah, let's do that.
Cut the cables. Can you turn off the bilge pumps for me, please, so I can cut them? Actually, I found an easier way to test this unit out. I have a little battery here, and I'm just gonna put it on a little battery and see if it works. I guess I need to turn it on too. I need 3 hands. Hold on a second. This is the switch to turn it on, and it's like a float switch, like an internal float switch. So when it's filled with air, and then when the water level rises, the water pushes this up and clicks it, and then it turns it on. So if we just put it upside down, it should be on all the time. And then we're just gonna touch these wires to the battery, and we can see that it's not working, right? If you zoom in real close, you might be able to see a little bit of movement. And if I flick it, it might get it started. There you go. But that tells you that the bilge pump is no good, and that's what it is. So I will now begin the arduous task of replacing the bilge pump. This hose right here is the bilge pump that is currently in right now. So it's not like we haven't had a working bilge pump. We have had a working bilge pump. It's just it's not plumbed into a fun spot. So I'll take this out here and probably clean up the hose along the way. Here's the bilge pump we've been using. Hopefully when I disconnect it, no water comes out. All good. And you can see that it's got a little bit of dirt on it. So we're gonna clean it up and make sure it's like 100% good. A little bit of water there before we reinstall it. So let's do that now. And then, I mean, it will, of course it's gonna work.
It's brand new, basically. We've just been using it since we put it in as
if you think, oh, this looks the exact same as the other bilge pump you took out, it's because it is. So we have the big engine starting battery here, and we're going to test it out. We're going to test out the new bilge pump. So it should spin aggressively now, or we have big problems.
Woohoo!
I have my multimeter out here, and so I could just do this quick, and 13.7 volts, 13.8 volts. So we know that it's getting enough voltage to work. So now we just got to swap it out. Yay! Something's working, even though, I don't know why I put this off for so long. It's silly. Anyway, let's turn off the electricity and do the wiring. I'm using shrink tubing here with glue on the inside so that when I melt it, it protects it and makes it like watertight. So I've done the negative, now I just have to do the 2 positives and we'll be good to go. Just about every time I do a job, I don't test it until it's like all back together. And a bunch of times it just means I have to pull it all back apart again. So it's an easy test here. You just turn this knob and it lifts the float switch, so it should turn on. Success. So let's just plumb it back in and we're done.
Yep, all the wiring's done, just the actual pipe. Nice, good work.
Thank you. All that's left to do is jam this back in the bilge, hook this pipe back up, and make sure nothing's going to catch on the drivetrain. A successful little job, if I do say so myself, and I lost the pipe clamp. Sweetie, would you be a doll and get me another pipe clamp for a 1-inch pipe?
Okay.
It turns out I had the pipe clamp here the whole time, I just used it on the other one. So, hose clamp, it's a hose clamp. And for any of you wondering, yes, I will come back with a wrench and tighten it properly. But I just want to make sure this all works when it's all put back together and everything. Okay, so we just need to zip tie these out of the way, which we can do probably after the sunset.
I think the sun has just set.
Let's give this a test.
Okay. I'll go turn it. Bilge pump's on.
Yeah.
We're going to test that new bilge pump now. Darcy, are you ready?
Ready?
On.
Okay, turn it off.
Was it working?
It works.
Woohoo! Yay! Alright, time to go outside and enjoy the very last little bit of sunlight with a nice cool breeze. Yeah, the sun's gone down, beautiful.
And we've got our little coconut here to join us.
No.
She probably just wants down to sit on a solar panel.
Her favourite spot.
Yeah, get her sit.
Alright, that boat's still there. It kind of looks like it's gone forward a little bit, I'm not sure, but the people have left.
I think I saw them taking up their anchor a little bit, which is even worse because then it means they have like a shorter scope.
Their anchor chain, yeah.
Like shorter scope on their anchor chain, so which means it's more likely they're going to drag. Shorter scope is just less anchor chain out, so instead of like going down like this, it goes like that. But yeah, good day.
Right, yeah.
Bilge pump is done. Coconut, you enjoying that solar panel? No, that solar panel's not good enough for you?
Is she going to go up on the top solar panels or just go exploring?
Yeah, she's just going to go exploring. So yeah, man, it's been a great day. It's been a great couple of days. Such a party. I'm still recovering from that, honestly. But this sunset was nice. I mean, kind of missed most of it. But it's nice and cool out here, so.
Yeah, it's beautiful still. It's so much nicer and cooler outside. But I think we're going to just sit down here, maybe have dinner and enjoy our time, rest of our time here in Martinique. We've loved it so much so far and love the Caribbean. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you all next Friday. If you've liked watching our video this week, then don't forget to like and subscribe and comment and all of that stuff. And if you want an extra video, check us out on Patreon. Otherwise, see you next Friday.
See you next Friday. You just gonna hide there, Coconut?
I have a feeling she wants to go back inside. She's such an indoor little cat.
No, I don't know. She knows how to get back inside.
Yeah, I suppose so. She was looking inside. She was looking at all our books and games.
Oh, maybe she wants a game night.
All right, let's do that.